Okay, good morning all. So we discussed adding a couple of more songs to our beginner jam lists. So I'm going to upload two for you this week. The first one I'm going to do is going to be Back Home Again by John Denver. So if you're getting it from Jim's Songbook or the other site, which is ozbcoz.com, I noticed that there are two issues for me on this piece of paper. So the first one is in the chorus, the second line, sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. I'd like you to move that G chord over one word to in front of the word feels. Alrighty? And then on the second verse, where it's after all the news to tell him, on the third line, they have a C chord in front of the word mother, and I'd like you to change that to a G chord. Okay, so that's what happens sometimes with these sheets, is that I don't do it the way it's actually written on the sheet. I don't feel it that way, and I change things. So just so that there's two changes on Back Home Again. Alrighty, so now looking at the chords, I said that the songs would be pretty easy that I was going to add. So it's a G chord, a G7 chord, a C chord, they have a D chord, and a D7 chord. Now if you don't want to switch from D to D7, because I know that that's hard, something that we have to work on, you can just stay on that D7 chord. Alrighty, and I don't really see anything else in here. So it's just G, G7, C, D, G7. Okay, and we have to make a couple of adjustments to the sheet. Okay, so let's try to tackle this. Okay, nice and slow. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a storm across the valley, clouds are moving in, the afternoon is heavy on your shoulders, there's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road are barely done. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove, and the light in your eyes just makes him warm. So that's the first verse, nothing hard there. Just because it's a new song and you've never done it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Just take a look at the chords real quick first, if you're at a jam, and you can see, oh, I know these chords, I can do this song. Alrighty, so we'll take it again from the top. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in, the afternoon is heavy on your shoulders, there's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of his wheels just makes it colder. And your mother called last Friday. Sunshine made her cry. And you felt the baby move just yesterday. Back to the chorus. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes it's so hard, feels like a long lost friend. And hey, it's good to be back home again. All the time that I can lay this tired old body down and feel your fingers feather soft upon me. The kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way, happiness that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home. Like a fire softly burning, suppers on the stove, and the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Back up to the chorus. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes it's so hard, feels like a long lost friend. And hey, it's good to be back home again. Now the tag. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Alrighty, so again, on that chorus, you have to move that G chord on the second line to in front of the word feels. And you have to change on the second chorus, your mother called last Friday, change that C chord to a G chord. And then we'll all be in sync with each other, okay? So I hope to see you soon. Practice that song because it's now on the beginner list #1. All right, bye-bye.